Born around 1220 CE, Shajarat al-Durr, her name meaning tree of pearls, had once been a child ripped from her homeland and sold into slavery. Boys from her Turkic homeland became mamluks, fierce warriors trained for loyalty and steel. Girls like her were forced into concubinage, yet fate had bigger plans. As a teenager, she entered the harem of al-Salih Ayyub, the future sultan of Egypt. They had a son, Khalil, but he died in infancy. Heartbroken, al-Salih freed her, not as an act of pity, but so he could marry her. From concubine to queen, Shajarat al-Durr rose higher than anyone expected. And then came the crusade. When King Louis IX captured Egyptian ports, the Sultan's death could have shattered the army's morale. But Shajarat al-Durr refused to let Egypt fall. She kept her husband's death a secret, bringing meals to his empty tent, forging his signature, and issuing decrees in his name. In the shadows of war, she held the Sultanate together. At Al-Mansura, when Crusader forces charged the city, Egyptian soldiers unleashed a brutal ambush. The unthinkable happened. King Louis himself was captured. Egypt had triumphed. But rumors of the Sultan's death spread like wildfire. To hold the throne, Shajarat al-Durr installed her husband's son by another woman as Sultan. At first, it seemed a safe move. But soon the prince revealed his arrogance, threatening to exile Shajarat al-Durr and slaughter the Mamluks. The generals had seen enough. They had watched this woman command with intelligence, courage, and cunning. Compared to her, the prince was a liability. Together, they turned on him, plotting his assassination. And so, in May 1250, Shajarat al-Durr was crowned Sultana of Egypt, the first woman to hold the title in centuries. Days later, she negotiated the ransom of King Louis IX and his army in exchange for gold and the surrender of the Crusaders' strongholds. Egypt was safe, yet victory brought new enemies. The Caliph of Baghdad raged that a woman sat on the throne. Under threat of revolt, Shajarat al-Durr agreed to marry, on one condition: her new husband must divorce his first wife. But the man she chose soon threatened to eclipse her power, seeking a new political marriage with a princess from Mosul. Shajarat al-Durr struck first. She ordered his assassination, but vengeance came swiftly. His discarded wife orchestrated Shajarat al-Durr's murder. The last queen of Egypt was dragged from her chambers and hurled from the Cairo citadel. Though her reign was short, her legacy was immortal. She had risen from slavery to rule one of the greatest kingdoms of the medieval world. She minted coins in her own name, signed decrees as Mother of Khalil, and built her mausoleum adorned with pearls, gardens, and her enduring symbol, the Tree of Pearls. The last queen of Egypt had fallen, but her story still glitters in history. And if you thought her tale was dramatic, wait until you hear about one of the first queens to rule Egypt, Hatshepsut, whose enemies tried to erase her from memory itself. I have been your host, Myths and Legends.